Over the past year, I've dedicated a lot of my time trying to find the scariest horror film ever. I'll go through TikTok recommendations, Reddit posts, or even just a quick Google search to find the scariest. In 2022, the film Smile dropped. I wanted to watch it in the cinema so badly, but I never got the chance. I ended up watching it a year later and I was amazed by it. When Smile 2 got announced for 2024, I knew I had to watch it in cinema. This film gave me the chills all the way through and had me covering my eyes and ears at certain scenes. From one of the best openings in any movie to the most creative ending. The sound design is on point, the monster design is on point, and the product placement is also on point.
You scared the crap out of me. Thirsty?
We're 3 videos deep into my brand new horror channel and we're still going strong. If you see the vision and want to help build this community, please consider liking and subscribing. Big shout out to the people who commented last video and all the new viewers too. Enough of that though, let's get into the video. Disclaimer, this is not a fully fledged review. It is simply just me talking about one of my favourite horror films and a few snippets into why you should watch it.
Don't wanna get popped, don't open your top, you better move militant. They talking about COVID when I heard the news, I started sipping the remedy.
Smile 2 is a psychological horror film that follows Sky Riley, a global pop star preparing for a big comeback tour. As she navigates the pressures of fame and past trauma, she begins to experience terrifying and unexplained events that test her grip on reality. The film deepens the unsettling atmosphere of its predecessor while exploring the psychological impact of trauma and the dark side of celebrity culture. I absolutely love 2 specific scenes of this movie. One that is just a piece of art and one that haunts me to this day. First scene is the opening. We open with Joel after the events of Smile 1, who currently holds the curse and is trying to pass it on. We can see the Smile demon trying to scare Joel, but he just walks past it. This incredible one-take scene takes place in a beautiful location and takes us through a bando, where Joel is trying to pass the curse on to someone that he thinks deserves it. I won't say anything more than this because if you haven't seen it already, you need to watch this as blind as possible. The music in this scene is so sinister and the title card at the end is so cold.
What the fuck is that?
The second scene is the car scene. I always like scenes that come away from unnatural horror, in this case the Smile demon, and come back down to something so real it could really happen. In this scene we see how Sky's career-ending accident unfolded. Sky on her Wanda Bell and actor Paul are arguing in the car. What makes this scene so sinister is the fact that we know how this ends and we're just waiting for it to happen. The camera sits right in the middle of the couple, switching from one side to the other. It's a one-take shot making the scene feel like it's going on forever, whilst ensuring that we don't miss 1 second of this horrible conversation the couple are having. This scene had my anxiety through the roof, and I remember being sat in the cinema covering my ears and scrunching up as if this was 2 of my friends arguing whilst putting everyone's life in danger. This scene is a must watch, even if you watch the clip on YouTube, it's so good. I have to put the ending scene of this film as an honourable mention. We find Sky on her first show back, but at this point she has failed to pass the curse on and her time is up. As it is the ending, I'm not going to spoil too much, but if you're a fan of practical effects and monster design, you need to watch this ending. It is incredible. I'll be completely honest, I'm not the fondest of any of these characters. In fact, the most memorable for me were Naomi Scott as the main role of Sky and Kyle Garner who played Joel. We get so many different versions of Sky Riley. We get a celebrity singer, which Naomi full on kills the vocals and choreography, and then we also get an on-screen version of Sky and also an off-screen version of Sky. When Sky's off-screen, we get a complete drug addict. We see her battle her relapse. We see how much she still relies on drugs, her relationship with her mum, and her relationship with her only friend that she's trying to rebuild. We see how lonely Sky actually is, and the most important, we see how the demon affects Sky more and more every day that passes. We also see how good she is at chugging that water. Naomi just performed all of these aspects really well, and I just think she deserves the flowers for that. Off the top of my head, the only film I can think of that I've seen her in is Lemonade Mouth back in the day. Kyle is more up there purely because of how good that opening was. He's honestly amazing in it. He goes through so much emotion in that first couple of minutes and just gives us such a believable performance. You can really see how desperate this character is. It's also just nice to have a returning character from the first film.
Yeah, ain't no switching, bitch. Yeah, ain't no switching, ain't no switching.
I'm tired of dealing with you lame ass hoes.
This is a new category in the series, but I couldn't think of a better film to introduce it with. Please, before we move on, listen to some of these tracks used in the movie. Just these sounds alone kill me. The sheer fear of walking out the cinema while listening to this blasting through the speakers may have been one of the scariest things that has ever happened to me in real life.
And even though I'm an action star, sometimes I'ma act bizarre.
This is the part of the video where I show you my Letterboxd review. Again, I honestly love this app, so if you do too and you mess with the boy, give me a follow on there. Shout out to Ghostface who did actually give me a follow. The first of this series, 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd, is Smile 2. I was so hyped for this film after loving the first one. On my life, this is one of my favourite films of all time. I watched this with my brother and sister and loved every minute of it. The opening was incredible, the scares throughout got me each time, and the car scene had me covering my ears and scrunching up. Just because this is the second film, I'll also show you my review of Smile 1. The second film that I've given 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd is Smile 1. I waited so long to watch this film and it did not disappoint. Music was spot on, cinematography was spot on, and in my opinion, story was too. Yes, this film has a lot of cheap jump scares in it unfortunately, but I can see past it here. Ending was crazy. To be spoiled with seeing the demon who possesses was insane, but they just had to treat us with showing us one of the most disturbing creative monsters ever. I watched this one with my sister. I've been having so much fun making these videos and I honestly can't believe the reception they're getting. Our Nosferatu videos doubled the views of Stop Motion and took us to 15 subscribers. I hope you guys are enjoying this content. If you are, please consider liking and subscribing to help build this community of horror fans. Leave me a comment on any films you want me to cover next.